Hey, welcome back everybody. I thought that would be a cool little intro picture right there with that sunset. Well, I wanted to walk you through the orchard here. We're at the end of May, show you what's blooming, what's survived the winter, what did not survive the winter, and unfortunately some of the figs did not. I did a video on that. Some of you probably have already seen that, or maybe you don't even care. But I just got done planting some figs out here in the orchard, and I just wanted to walk you through. So let me show you the strawberries here. They're doing really well. I think we have probably another week on these, so you can see they're coming in nice and strong and healthy. I did not cover these this year, and it was a little bit mild of a weather or a winter here in Ohio. And for those of you, maybe you experienced the same thing. This was the second bed that I've done. I actually took these cuttings, not really the cuttings, but the ones that have grown up on their own. Yeah, my hands are dirty from planting. But I pulled some of these out from over here and then planted and started this bed probably a year ago. And then these over here are like our purple raspberries. I don't even think I told you, but these are double gold raspberries, and these are also double gold raspberries. Guys, my cherry tree didn't do well, and I think I just continued to put material upon material every year, and I made a raised bed, and I think I do think that it almost suffocated the tree. So I'm learning what to do, and I'm learning what not to do, and it seems that I'm learning what not to do a little more than what to do. So, but anyway, it's doing all right. It's growing. You can see it's got fairly good growth, but it just looks really sad. It's a Lappin's cherry. And this here, I just planted this not too long ago, this spring, and this is a Nikita's Gift persimmon. You can check that out. And it's the cool thing about this, look at all these blooms. I can't wait to see what it does, if they actually get pollinated or not. But these little flowers are blooms. They don't look like flowers yet, but when they open up, I want to do a video and show you what they look like here. So kind of excited about that tree. You can see the grapes are doing all right. A lot of growth on them. They're trying to stretch up the fence, and I'm just going to let it run that way. And some of the things in here, you know, I started this with good intentions, and I got excited, and I even built this, I don't even know if you call it a trellis, but I got ahead of myself. And yeah, 3 grapes in this little span of what, 16 feet, 20 foot, I don't even know exactly. Yeah, too many grapes for that little space. But look at these. Check it out. Is it showing it up? Nope. But look at those little blooms here. Isn't that cool? Now, they haven't opened up yet, and when they do, hopefully we'll get some bees to come in and do some pollinating. But this is full of them. They're all up and down this. And these two on the ends, these 2 grapes died off, but they are coming back from the ground. So if you have any grapevines that don't do well, or they don't handle weather well, they will usually come back from the ground. And so that's what's happened with both of those 2. And the one in the middle here, it's handled its winter just fine and seems to be doing good. Check this out. I got another persimmon. This is called a Seijo persimmon. And a lot of these, I guess you call them Japanese persimmons or mixes with American persimmons. I'm not exactly sure how it works out, but yeah, 80 bucks for this persimmon. But Seijos, at least for me, I haven't had them grow very quickly, and 80 bucks is a lot of money. But I was willing to give it a try, because these should handle weather or winter better than the figs will, and they're a really good fruit. I've had some from the store, but nothing's going to be as good as what you can grow in the ground here. So check all those blooms out. Man, that's a lot of blooms. This tree probably will not be able to handle all of that, and I get it. So I'm super pumped about it, as you can already tell. This here is a fig row. You can see that the figs died all the way to the ground. but they are coming back. I just mowed out here, so it's a little bit messy, and that's all right. But check it out. They're coming. They're coming back. And the Celeste. And one thing you're gonna notice is if you grow figs and you're in a cold climate, chances are they will die all the way to the ground. And then when they return the following year, they tend to grow like a bush. That's just what they want to do. And in this whole row in here, there was a lot of figs in here. I think there's maybe close to 16 or 20 in here. And majority of those are actually coming up through this as well. So anyway, I'm not gonna walk you through that necessarily. Italian 258, guys, man, that made me super sad. That died all the way to the ground. So hopefully we'll see it come back. I don't think I'll have fruit on it, but it is what it is. For those of you that don't know, our dog Frosty, that's been in our previous videos, he was 13, and we had to put him down here earlier, about 2 months ago. So back in March, at the end of March. So this is where we have buried him, right by the Italian 258 fig. He was always out here eating figs with us, and so we just figured we'd let him sit close to this Italian 258. So yeah, quite the bummer here. I did want to show you some of these blueberries are doing really well. Look at all that fruit on here. And I'm trying to be a little careful in here because I'll show you. Check that out. Look at all the fruit on that thing. This is why I'm being a little careful. See that? I swear, guys, we have killdeer nests in here. Multiple nests. That's the second one that I've seen, second or third. And they just raise their babies, and they seem like they come back every year. Check this out. Look at all those. That is a sweetheart blueberry, and it's about 3 foot tall. And they have just done super, super well. There's Mom over there. She's making that sound, trying to get me away from her nest, so I'll walk. All right, I said I wasn't gonna make this a long video. This thing did not have any blooms this year. This, I know you're probably wondering what kind of variety that is. It's called a northern, if we zoom in here, a northern, or north blue blueberry. And then, anyway, it's literally gonna be a hedgerow, and the reason these are up is because we were gonna put netting on it so that we can actually eat some without the birds eating all of them. Got a peach right there. I think that's a blushing star. Got a raz blueberry. And check this out, this little guy, little gal, whatever she is, it is. Look at this. We have our first peaches off of this tree. And so we're pretty excited to get some, I almost said strawberries. Trying to get some peaches this year. Anyway, it's exciting. I enjoy doing this stuff. I enjoy these videos. I'm making these videos because this is where I like spending most of my time. The rest of the family just kind of lets me do that. Anyway, I've walked you through this, I believe, at one point. This is our plum cot that we've got probably 4 years ago. And it's actually starting to produce some fruit. If I can show you down here. Looks like a little apple. It's not wanting to zoom in, but looks like an apple, but that's actually a plum cot. It's a mix between an apricot and a plum. So, of course, we got the, what is this? I'm out here so many times, guys. I should know this by now. This is a Honeycrisp apple. And I'll bet you there's probably 20 apples on that tree. It's about 7 foot tall, and I don't think it'll have any problem getting those apples ripened up. This is what kind of stunk. This is a Gala apple tree, and I was trying, instead of cutting it down so it would have this open goblet shape, even though you don't need to do that, I just wanted to do it. And so I bent these branches down early spring. There was a third one here, And the wind, we had a super strong wind that came in, and it literally broke this branch off, and I was so bummed because it was going to be a pretty cool little structure here on this tree. But this tree is insane how many fruit that it's trying to grow on here. I literally, my oldest son and I were out here, and I'll bet you I clipped off probably 150 pieces of fruit, because there's no way this tree could support that. And I think there's about 50 on here now, and I still don't think it can hold all of that. So I'll keep thinning. I've just given the ones that are gonna stay on here, ones that are closer to the trunk. Obviously the tree will be able to hold that weight better than the ones that are out towards the end of the branches. But rather than pulling them all off, I can always pull more off. I can't put them back on. So we'll just kind of keep monitoring it. I'm out here enough to figure out what apples are gonna do well and which ones aren't. So this here is a Flavor Delight Aprium, or Flavor Supreme Aprium. And it is also a mix between an apricot and a plum. So I don't know what's going on here. That branch doesn't look so hot. This here, check that out. Do you see that? Those are tree swallows. And she's got food in her mouth, and she's gonna feed the babies inside there. So I'm gonna slowly back away, let her do her thing. But that's a Bartlett pear. It's actually growing some pears. And this is a little nectarine that's really struggled. My wife loves the nectarine, so we got that planted. I'm running out of a light here, so let me show you this. This is an Indian free peach. So actually, let me back up. This tree, it's hard to zoom in on this. We actually got this tree out of our garden because we had peaches. We threw the seeds in the garden, and then up came this random peach. And so I used it as rootstock, and then I've got a few scions, which are just branches, small one-year-old branches. And I got them from a guy online, and I grafted it this spring, and that is an Indian free peach growing on this unknown peach that came up in the garden. And then this one here, this little piece here, I know it's hard to zoom in or focus, but this branch here just came up out of the bottom, and it's also just one of the random peaches that was in the garden. And then so I've grafted on top of this, it's a Japanese variety called a Hakuto, H-A-K-U-T-O peach. So we'll see. It's experimental, but I'm having fun with this. Guys, there's so many trees out here. I literally counted it up, and I'm over 100 trees out here. So, and I know what you're thinking. It's gonna be work, and it's already been that. But our goal is to not be able to, there's no way we could ever eat all of this on our own, and we get that. So we're excited to be able to share this with people, share not only this journey, but even the fruit with people, and that's exciting to us. And so rather than walk you through, we got 4 of the pears, and then we have 4 apples all the way down. Oh yeah. There's so much I wanted to show you, and I realize this video is longer than I meant for it to be. Got the fig out here. That's called a Negretta fig. It's doing really well. This here is our Arctic Glow nectarine, and you can see how big these are. Look at that. That's so crazy. Basically a fuzzless peach. So we've got that planted out here this spring. It's doing really well. I have some other figs over here. Santa Rosa plum. And this one here is a raspberry latte fig. And this is a Colonel Lippmann's Black Cross fig. And what is this one? This one's a Sal Miguel Roxo fig. So yeah, all kinds of stuff, guys. I get excited every time I walk out here, and it's a journey. It's experimentation. We've experienced a lot of loss just with the figs because we're in Ohio and figs don't like cold weather, and neither do I. But we do have some coming back from the ground. for those of you that have checked out our other videos. They are popping back. That's a Florea. This one here is just starting. You can kind of see. I think you can see that. So some of these are just starting to show up. And like I say, we're at the end of May. Majority of these I will not get any fruit off of this year, and that's okay. Anyway, for those of you that are still sticking around watching the rest of this, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Sorry it's been so long. Things have been a little crazy. There again, we're on another journey, not just with fruit trees, but within the adoption world. So when the opportunity comes, I'll share more, but right now I just can't publicly. But we've been on this journey for 4 years now, and excited to kind of fill everyone in as things continue to progress. So all right, folks, thanks for joining us on this one. I'll do another one where it's not so long. So have a great night.